Howdy, folks, and welcome to episode 110. What a show! And boy, did we have a show. This last weekend, we went over to Blue Springs, Missouri, just outside of Kansas City. And Todd, the wardrobe, and McMurray were at, as myself, made it to March to Victory. Great little convention, second year, and man, was it great! It was. I have to say, it's better. It was better than the first one. Speak of the devil, there's the wardrobe himself.
What's up?
How you doing, sir?
Good.
We're just getting started.
All right.
Telling everybody what a great time we had. It was for like I said, for the second year of running, it was an amazing show. It really was. So Reese was here real early at 12:37. He says, "Hey y'all, this will be a good one." The Baron himself, Jay Wiley, said only people that were there get to be on. Well, I mean, get to be on the show, but y'all can watch even if you weren't there. And then Meandering Mike, just before we came on, says greetings, everyone. Charles says hi. Illinois Doug says good evening and says I'm on time. And then Missouri Doug says I wish I could have made it maybe next time. Oh, maybe so, sir. Maybe so. Because there will be another one. We're a little unsure with exactly some of the details for it. But we do know that it'll be the last weekend of March, and it'll be in 2024. That's what we got so far. Jeffrey Edwards says, good evening, guys. Good evening, Jeffrey. Thank you for joining us. It is greatly appreciated. So McMurray will be here shortly. I think he is finishing up some things. Not quite sure what he's finishing up, but he'll be here. If you'll notice the nifty shirt I have. How's this work? There we go.
Oh yeah. Oh shoot, I was gonna wear that.
That's okay.
On the laundry.
Well, I called Donna and said, dear sweet love of my life, could you please make sure my Ocean Thunder t-shirt is clean and ready to go for the show tonight? And she said, absolutely.
Of course, it wouldn't matter if it was clean, really. Because there's no smell-o-vision.
Right, exactly.
Hey, real quick question. I was looking up, I was going to put in March to Victory last weekend in March.
Yeah.
That's Good Friday and Easter. Is that how it's supposed to be?
Oh, that's a good question. And the Baron is watching, so that's going to be something that we'll need to look into. I have no problems with it. I'll go kill, maim, and murder on the Holy Weekend, but
I mean, all of our miniatures rise again to fight another day, so it's kind of appropriate.
Oh, yeah, but without getting
it might impact.
Going too sacrilegious here.
Yeah, sorry, everyone.
But question. That's a really good question to ask Mr. Wiley. Because he just fair enough.
There you go.
Fair enough. We'll have to see. So,
putting it in.
So it was a good weekend. I took off a little early on Thursday to drive over with the wife, so we could be there. About 11 o'clock Friday morning to help get things set up. So there's Mr. Hissy Cat. He did not join us, but that's okay. He's got
What's up, sir?
A daughter that is graduating soon, so all of his coin is going into those coffers.
Yeah.
And Mr. McMurray himself. How you doing, sir?
Hey, guys. Sorry it took me a second.
That's okay. We're glad you're here.
So, yeah, it's the March to Victory wrap-up episode. I'm not going to miss that.
Right. So as I said, this is episode 110. What a show. And so for the first time goer, Todd, I've got photos that I'm going to share here in a little bit, but I want to hit it early here with what did you've actually run a convention before. Board game convention, but it's still a gaming convention.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
What were your thoughts of how March to Victory went this year?
Well, I mean, it was a very good value, that's for sure. I don't remember how much it was, but I think it was under $20 if you registered early, wasn't it?
If you registered
17.
early, it was $17.
Yeah, that's a pretty good bargain. And that got you. Yeah, I mean, the space was there was plenty of room. I mean, it's a little older, but that's not unusual for a small con to get started, right? We all start in the smaller or older spaces or whatever.
Sure.
But there was plenty of space. I never felt crowded, and that's always the thing that kind of gets me in shows. I would say the majority of the games looked really good. That was cool. I think that's a goal of the team putting on the con, right? That's important to them. So that was, the tables were fun to look at. And I took a few pictures of just some of the ones that really were, I didn't play in necessarily, but they looked good. So that's a good standard to set. And a nice variety. Like there was World War II and modern and fantasy and, Japanese from whatever era. And there was just all kinds of cool stuff. Naval, air. Was there air actually? I don't know if there was air.
Reese's game had
what's that?
Didn't Reese's game have air in it?
Well, I mean air to air.
Kind of. There was no air to air combat per se.
Yeah. Anyway, but
there were starships and shit, like there were spaceships. That's kind of air to air.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So anyway, so there was a cool variety of games, which is cool. Different scales and sizes. I mean, everything I saw. Well, no, never mind. I'm going to step back on that. The majority were, to me, I don't know if this is true, seemed like Wiley games, but there were people who brought their own home brews, and then some that brought, like McMurray brought those naval rules, and you brought your rules and stuff. So there was a variety of rules. I don't know if there was like a standard rule set there outside of Wiley games, like there wasn't Bolt Action or Flames of War or Command Decision or whatever name, or any Two Fat Lardies, as far as I know.
Team Aki was there. So was
that's right.
What's the World War II rules from
Victory at Sea?
Victory at Sea. There you go.
Yeah, there you go. Thanks. That's a good reminder. I don't know. It was fun. I could go on and on. So it was a good time.
Okay. Well, Andrew or McMurray, I'm going to ask you as a returner, how did you think, did we improve year over year? Was it a better show this year than it was last year?
Yeah, I mean, I would say so. That's kind of a tough metric to get a hold of in some cases. Just in terms of how do you measure better? Other than, it seemed like this year there were a lot more people that were there on Saturday, especially. Well, and especially, I mean, as I understand it, Friday night. But it seemed like last year, it seemed like there were a lot of people Saturday who were kind of there milling around, like looking at things like they were expecting a trade show sort of thing, where people would come and show off products. This year, it seemed like there was a whole lot more gaming going on, which was encouraging for me, at least. So that was good to see. I liked seeing that there were more people playing. I think Robin had some just light numbers to back that up, but that was really good to see. That was really, really good to see. Because I enjoy going to conventions and playing games and putting games on and doing stuff like that. So that was a really good thing for me. The concessions were still good. I can't think of any places where the convention dropped, and I can think of a couple like that. I know there
Were
was
there
a
any
little
gunfights?
more. What's up?
Were there any gunfights like previous cons you've been to?
No, there were no shots in the parking lots of hotels or anything like that, which was always good. But like again, so we had again the food was still the same good food. That's a good thing. Still had a silent auction. Still had we had a jousting and a gladiator tournament this year. That was pretty cool. So that we added to kind of the total audience participation aspect of it, right? Because those weren't just individual games for like 5 people. That was for everybody who showed up and wanted to play, could play in those.
Right.
And they were just real quick. They were like simple games. Like there wasn't. You could just basically have fun rolling.
Yeah,
dice.
you just signed up and picked it up and played.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's an improvement. Again, I think we had more people showing up to play, which in my mind is an improvement. It seems like the vendors, I think they only swapped out a couple of vendors, but it seemed like the vendor changes that they did make were improvements.
Very much so.
So, I mean, I don't think anyone expected so there's always people who unreasonably expect things to just go from 0 to a million. But personally, I think the convention improved in ways that I wasn't necessarily expecting, as well as, obviously you expect to see slight increases in, say, attendance and stuff as you're going. I really didn't expect the vendors to change too much, but I was really happy with what was that store that they added right by the Wiley where Robin was set up. I think it was a local-ish game store. What?
I think that might have been Game Cafe.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They did a great job.
Yeah.
I know last year they had like a little board game, like take and play or whatever. But this year they really pulled out the nines. They had a ton of stock. They had, a young woman there on Saturday who was doing some live hobbying, doing painting and whatnot, which was really awesome. She's a really talented painter. And I don't know, again, there was just a lot of stuff. I feel like we got granted it was smaller, but I feel like we got the silent auction wrapped up with less people and a little bit less, if not the same amount of time. I liked how the silent auction kind of ended earlier because it kept people from jumping out of games throughout the course of the entire day.
Yeah.
Which is kind of a classic issue with silent auctions or bidding of any kind, is just all day long you have people jumping in and out of games because, I gotta go check something in the silent auction. I gotta go check something in the silent auction. Getting it out of the way early was a really good way to deal with that. So
Yeah. All right.
it was
Let's
a
go
good,
ahead and
great show.
touch on some. Let's see. So Jay Wiley says we're ditching Sundays for March to Victory altogether. So
Oh wow.
really, if it's Easter, it's Easter. So there's that.
That's cool.
Meandering Mike says sacrilege way, so that's good to know. Illinois Doug says Wiley Games, I just picked up my first game from you. Outstanding. Let us know which title you picked up. Would love to know. Also the no silent auction next year. Watching Todd's pain was too much.
My pain didn't have pain. That was good.
And we will be at a new location next year. We're not sure where yet.
San Diego.
No, that's not a thing.
Oh,
Sweet.
I thought you guys
Telemachus
were
says
rolling at it
hello.
this year, just move it out west, but okay.
I think Todd and I had a great
Chris says,
time.
I like
at the
smaller
silent
cons
auction.
actually get time to know people. Yeah, that's a big thing. You actually you get any bigger than about probably 500 people, and you start not recognizing folks. I like the fact that I get to recognize people from year to year. And Jay does further put forth that all rules are welcome at the tables.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah,
think it's the
we-
nature because they're running it. I think it's the nature of that. It'll take a little bit for it to start,
Yeah.
spread.
I think it
Steve
increased
is
this
here.
year over
Says, "Hey,
last year,
gang."
though.
What's that?
I said I think the rules diversity increased this year over last year, which is
Oh,
another kind of
definitely.
cool thing.
I think I tend to agree on that. Telemachus says Origins in Columbus has violence in the streets in front of the convention location. I mean, it was downtown. Yeah. So,
How's that going?
Jeffy says, "Sup? How you doing, Jeffy? Glad to
What's
see
up,
you're
Jeff?
here. Welcome." We had more attendance, more games, more pre-sales, more diversity.
Cool.
So, all super positive players fully engrossed in the games. Yeah, that is something that I noticed is that, and you touched on it a little there, McMurray, is that there were not as many just lurkers, wanderers,
Huh.
There were more. I mean, there were more players. I don't think there was a single game that didn't have almost a full table. I had 5 and 4 players, respectively, on my 2 sessions. I know Reese had at least 4 players on all of his sessions. Oh, and by the way, Reese got GM of the show. All of the players had a chance to vote who they thought was the best GM, and
Gobble,
Reese
gobble.
took it.
May I
Reese
say
took
something
it.
inappropriate? Oh, sorry.
You going to say something inappropriate? Go ahead.
He broke his GM cherry at the show,
Yes, he did. That was his first time.
and Chris and I got to participate.
Yeah, we
Wow.
actually, we were actually the first 2 of the first players that had ever played a game that he has run at a convention. So,
Sorry, Reese. You deserve better.
well, he did
That's
have
real
Thomas
nightmare fuel, Todd.
Todd. He did have Thomas Foss.
Well, and Brent, I think, right? I think Brent.
Yeah.
was good.
Yeah,
Yeah, he had two.
so-
He had 2. Well, Chris, you're a good man. Let's just like forget it. It was me.
Sundays are dead waste of money to rent. Absolutely. Steve says, "Love seeing everybody."
Geez, Steve.
Lots of Wiley games because a lot of GMs are from my gaming group, the Basement Generals. There it is. Oh, and hey, speaking of the devil, there's Reese now. He's listening while he's driving home.
All right,
well-
Reese. Woohoo!
Don't comment until you get home, sir.
Yeah, sir.
The turkeys need you. By the way,
And your wife.
Oh shit, Reese, watch out!
Reese brought McMurray and me
Oh yeah.
roast turkeys.
Do you have those?
I don't have mine with me.
What? Oh,
But
McMurray.
mine's not as cool as McMurray's.
No, I'd say I do like
Unfortunately
McMurray's.
Not handy.
I do like McMurray's just a little bit better.
Yeah,
I
well,
got
so do
Fred
I.
Peter
But
with
that's
turkey.
okay because mine's just a straight up turkey. McMurray's is a turkey. He's a hood turkey
Yeah, he's got a knife and stuff.
because he's got a knife in his beak. He'll shank you. He'll shank you very much.
That's very funny. I can't wait to see that painted up.
Doug says I picked up the Might and Melee because I have a lot of Reaper figs. I have a Knuckle Duster set of minis, so I might get the Western rules as an alternative to Force rule set. So, Doug, what you want to do, hold off on getting reloaded.
Why is that?
Because Jay Wiley is going to be updating the Wild West book here in the not too distant future. And honestly, you can use Might and Melee with the Western rules. It's it's a full set. So instead of crossbows, you got pistols. Instead of bows, you got rifles. Not a big deal. We do need. Steve says we do need some more GMs. It's always good to have more GMs. We did have several static tables that we just put stuff on to make it look good.
Mm-hmm.
But that's okay. But we would love to have people on the tables running the games. So
I'm bringing out my 55 mil figures so I can get on the main stage.
there you go.
55.
Reese and I are both award winners. We have royalty on here. Yeah, Steve won best. Was it best table for best scenery? I think it was.
For which one?
For Terror Island.
Yeah, that was a really good. I like
Yeah.
that board. He had really two really good boards or three. He had two really good boards.
Two.
That I know.
He's got Star Wars
The Star Wars looked great.
and his
The island.
the Terror Island. Oh yeah, and Thomas Foss won best sci-fi for his Kessel Run game.
People seem
Which
to
was a
really like
blast.
that one.
That was
Yep.
delightful to play.
Yeah. Jay Wiley almost pissed himself laughing during the Kessel Run. He actually ran it twice. My brother and I ran in the first one, the official run of the Kessel Run. Spoiler alert, my brother won, I came in second. So Arnold boys know how to fly YT 1300s. That's all I can say. However, he did run it for the second time for basically anybody that was running games.
Who was not an Arnold brother.
What's that?
He ran it for anybody who was not an Arnold brother.
Right. And Reese flew the Blue Millennium Falcon like I did. He came in third. So if you talk like race teams, I mean, I got second, he got third. We did fairly well for teams. Jay, my brother Jay, won with the one that was painted up kind of looking like a Wookiee. It was all brown and yellow colors.
Wiley flew that.
He came in first, but Jay Wiley, Team J, was flying it in his race and came in dead ass last. I swear to God. So you roll a d6 to see how many spaces you move. I think there was 4 or 5 turns where Jay Wiley rolled a 1. Even when he rolled for a special and he got Punch It Chewy, where you could immediately roll another d6 to move another move immediately,
He only ran 3.
He did start to roll threes, but he was calling it.
Towards the end, he did start rolling 3s, but yeah.
Here we go. 1.
Yeah.
It was very funny. Yeah, there was a lot of wet pants there, so to speak.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And Jay Wiley says here, Steve's game is great because he's mashed a bunch of rule sets together. Yeah, he has. He's done that twice now, both with Terror Island and Heroes, Masters of the Universe. He's got Might and Magic and Wasteland Warriors and Tales of Horror and Galactic Heroes, all mashed together at the same time. He does he puts together a great game. There's no two ways about it.
I mean, I liked Steve's table for his Star Wars table probably most in my view. I like that because it's so immersive and so full of buildings, and that's always a hard thing to do is fill it with buildings. He's done that before. But I really also like the guy, and I think it was the same guy that put on both science fiction games over in the front top. I don't even know how to say it. First right in the right hand side, the Aliens versus Predator and the other Aliens game. Very cool modular boards that were totally immersive. Those were cool too.
Really, really well done stuff. So
those are ones that stood out to me.
As Steve states on the Star Wars table, they're his figures and Jay's buildings. And I think all of the buildings were printed and painted during COVID lockdown.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think there's a lot like 2 on there that aren't 3D printed. And yeah, that's why Jay called it COVID Prime.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. Okay.
Yeah. So James Harness, he is from Illinois, up around Peoria, I think. He did the Aliens
Okay.
game, and then Joe Eady, who's from Iowa, ran
Oh.
the Alien versus Predators game.
Oh, okay. So it was not the same person. That's interesting.
No,
James also puts on really good Western games. James
he
Harness
does. He does. And you could, if you take the H off of there, his name is James Arness. So I mean, he's got to put on good Western games, right?
What the hell is that? What?
You
Did you know that
who
if you
James
take
Arness
the
is?
A off your name, you're still Chris Arnold?
Yeah, I know. James Arness from Gunsmoke.
You know, if you take the A off the Hissy Cast name, he's Hissy, Connecticut. Okay, so the cool thing about the the Alien game, if I understood what it was, is like he'd built himself basically a carrying case, right? The thing shut on. That's how he transported it.
Yeah,
Like
Yeah.
they were all made out of wood, and then he would just put the two together, and then when you open it up, it's like a spaceship interior. It was very
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Did he use? Did both those games use Wiley rules? I think they.
The
No,
Aliens vs. Predators use the board game rules.
yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know there was a board game on it. Okay.
Yeah.
Last year he put it on, and I think it did use the Wiley rules. But yeah,
But the Aliens one definitely did, I think, right?
Yes.
And then what?
She's like, next year's game will be bigger, better, and that's a promise. Already started working on them. Outstanding.
Oh, great.
Yes,
Todd
Gunsmoke.
already said
Yes.
55 mil miniatures. So
Right,
that's
right,
bigger
which
than
is a millimeter
54.
more than what
Clucky.
Chris Clucky does.
Well, and Reese did
And
54
Reese.
mil too.
I'm
Right.
going to say I think Steve was saying he was just going to make stat sheets like that you wear like Flava Flav watches, and then you're the miniatures.
What's what you're doing with your ships, man?
Oh yeah, that's true.
Just right over to protect your
Well,
never mind.
I want to see where Wardrobe with this 55 millimeter acceleration or arms race is going to go. Where's it going
Well,
to stop? Is it going
Reese
to be
already
98
says-
mils in a few years? I
Well,
mean, this is going to get
Todd
crazy.
says, "Don't make me bring my 60 millimeter Cowboys."
See, it's
Yeah.
already
It's
Where does
already
it end?
started. It's
Where does
already
it end?
started.
Oh yeah, you got 60. I got 62.
Hey, McMurray and I are going to bring our 1-to-1 battleships next year. We'll
See,
float them up the. We'll
See what
float
you
them up
did,
to
Todd?
Missouri.
this is going to escalate.
If you're not careful, I might bring my 10 millimeter. Oh wait, I've already.
Wait! Whoa! Look out!
I don't mean the gun. I mean okay. Anyway, moving on.
the rifle.
Yeah, right.
Got more of a pea shooter.
Not to get too off, but yes, if you stay on my channel, it's on there. We did it live Monday, and it should be out there now. So,
Oh, so update for the 24-hour gig, real quick for me.
yeah,
I'm in NorCal right now. I'm at my daughter's house. I'll be driving back either Thursday night or Friday. Saturday, I have a work event in LA.
all right.
And when
So
I get back from
So
that,
you'll be calling in sick.
no. It's a hike, and I need to go and socialize and
Hey Doug, it was live. Go check his live.
But so the point is, with all the driving and then going up to LA, when I do get home, and I'm not sure what time that will be on Saturday, I may not be in any condition to be awake, but I will do
That's
my
fine.
best.
That's fine.
So.
You don't have to be there for 24 hours. I do, because
I know,
I'm the,
but I was.
I'm the
no,
dumbass who
I was
said, "Hey,
taking
let's
it
do
serious.
this."
I'm gonna have to get up early to go to LA, so it's not like I can sleep in till 11 and then wake
Right.
up at
No,
noon.
I get that. No, I
Yeah.
understand. You don't have to be there for 24 hours. This dumbass here does, because I said, "Hey, this would be a great idea."
And one last thing, I got your entry into the postcards from the front, and you're number 39.
Yep.
That was awesome.
Jay,
dude.
take
Thanks
care,
so
buddy.
much.
Have a good night. Sleep well.
Good night, Jeff.
See you, Jeff.
All right, guys.
So thanks for getting that in, boss. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. So again, sidetracking away from the gist of the show. I came up with that on the drive home from Kansas City on Sunday from
Nice.
scratch.
What did you end up putting in?
So I did a dice rolling game, and literally, with all games roll dice. No, this is specifically you're rolling dice, looking for certain numbers to fill a dice pool. And once you get the pool high enough, you then go to the next step. It's submarine versus submarine combat. So
Yahtzee?
yeah, it's kind of like Yahtzee. So
Cool. I'm looking forward to playing it. That was a nice surprise. Thanks a lot, boss. That was cool.
yeah. Like I said, I literally came up with it on the drive home and actually, it was like the last hour of the drive. From conception to I've got it now. I got to write it up.
Yeah.
Because
You see who put a game in just before you?
who?
Mark Walter, Flying Pig Games.
There you go. Yeah.
Oh, are you serious? That's cool.
Yeah. Hey, Mike. Because of my lazy ass, I've extended the deadline an additional week. But I did put a poll on Twitter, and people were okay with it.
You're killing me.
Hey, well, if this business trip this week,
Yeah.
not counting Saturday, kind of threw my procrastination into I waited way too long and thinking I had this week to get it done, and then I had to travel, and yeah. So don't procrastinate. Don't be a Mike. Don't do that.
Yeah. Both
Be a
of you.
Jay. Be a not Jay.
Yeah. Be a not Jay.
Get
Yeah.
it done.
Henry Mike says Yahtzee, Yacht Sink.
Heyo.
So it was going to be this Friday. So before April 1st, but now it's going to be whatever next Saturday is, April 7th or 8th.
April 8th.
I'll
is
update
Saturday.
the webpage when I get home,
Yeah.
or maybe tonight, whenever. But
So
yeah, so an additional 6 or 7 days.
So getting this back on track, my
Yeah.
view of the show, we had more people Friday night than we did last year, which was good to see. We definitely had, I don't know if we had more people on Saturday, maybe a hair more, but definitely more players. Oh, absolutely, Reese. Let me get you.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, I was hoping you could come on, give us the first time
Let me
game experience.
see how I'm going to get this to you, buddy. Hold on.
So
I'm going to DM you on. I'm going to DM you here on.
Discord?
On the Discord.
While you're doing that, Mike, if you don't finish it by next weekend, you can put it in the 2024 Game Jam.
So
there's always
Reese,
that.
check your Discord. I direct message you, buddy. Just all you gotta do is click on that link, and it'll bring you up. Making sure if you're using a camera, your camera's working, your microphone's working, and then just click Enter Studio, and I'll bring you on. Love to have you, man. That's awesome. There he is.
Can you hear me all right?
Absolutely. How you doing, buddy?
Not too bad.
wow.
Any bad feedback?
No,
No,
it's
you're good.
fantastic.
Okay, can I switch my camera?
Yeah.
That's-
So what you'll do is on the bottom of the screen, you'll see the little cog wheel that says settings. You'll click on that. And then
There we go.
Cool.
Wow.
Wait, who are you?
So
I've
cool.
never seen the top of your head before.
Yeah, I've usually got some piece of hardware on top of it. So
Okay. So, let me finish my thought here real quick, and then I'll bring you in. So there were more gamers, and what I mean by that, there were more people participating in the games Saturday than last year, and I think that's due to we ran off some of the HMGS guys that were only there last year for the silent auction.
Oh,
So,
really?
Murray, I want to thank you for that.
You think
And
that's
so
interesting.
that was good. Also, and did see quite a few new faces. Some folks that I had not seen at conventions before.
New
that
faces
was
like Madonna, new faces, or new faces as in totally new people?
New people.
Totally new people.
Okay.
Totally new people.
That's less scary.
Yeah. Totally new people, which is always good to see. And there was a good mix of age ranges also. It
I was
wasn't
about to
just
say
a
one
bunch
thing
of
for
old-
the hobby is dying doomsayers. There's not going to be anyone here. First off, go put on a game. Don't be a turd. Go do something about it. Don't just complain about it. Second off, there were a lot of younger people there.
Yeah, there were.
Reese being one of them.
Yeah, Reese being one of them. I hate to bring it up, but McMurray did get killed off again by the same kid that he got killed off by last year.
That's officially a nemesis now.
Oh yeah. Oh, the kid was gunning for him.
No, so that's the thing, right? Neither of us knew that at the start of Arena of Blood or whatever, you had to attack the guy next to you. So he set up next to me because we were supposed to fight everybody. And then Jay's like, oh no, you have to attack the guy next to you.
Yeah.
This is one of those,
Well, except for the guys in the middle.
Yeah. Again, except for then, I think it was Thomas and maybe Mike and somebody else were threed up in the middle, and then they didn't kill each other. It's just one of those, well, all right, whatever. That's fine.
Yeah.
It allowed me time to go buy shit from Bill, so whatever.
So, let's see here. So Hex, Jeffy is happy to see Reese join us. Prince Black says, "What's the stimulant of choice for the 24-hour stream?" Dr. Pepper Zero. Probably a lot of Dr. Pepper Zero. I don't drink coffee. So Dr. Pepper Zero is the way to go for me. Doug says, "My uncle was there, but I don't think he got into a game." That's okay. And I'm not saying that people that don't get into games at a convention are bad people. It's these particular individuals from last year. Yeah, I'll say it. They're bad people. So
It was a nicer crowd this year.
Yeah, the Todd, the To Hell With You guy was one of those guys.
Oh.
yeah, he can go pound sand. Let's see here. Steve Willard says younger faces, happy faces. Yes. Yeah.
I made a number of the older unhappy faces distinctly unhappier, and that's fine with me.
Yeah, I got no problem with that. Bunch of normally GW YouTubers are doing specifically non-GW content for April as a challenge. That's cool.
That is a cool challenge.
And then Meandering Mike says hi to Jeff, and Jeff says hi to Mike.
Everybody
So,
likes Jeff.
I had to quit drinking Diet Dr. Pepper or Diet Coke. It was totally messing up my sleep habits. Fair enough. So Reese,
Yes, sir.
now was this? I know it's your first. It was your first convention where you ran games. What
Somebody's
is?
got feedback.
No.
Oh, yeah,
Grandkid.
If by feedback
Hi,
you mean
grandkid. Hi.
Oh, hi, grandkids.
Hi. Hi.
Todd, stop scaring the kid.
Well, I have my camera off.
But was this your first convention to attend, period, or had you been to conventions before?
Was March to Victory last year, wasn't he?
Yeah, this was my
Well, yeah, okay.
second convention.
Second convention. Okay.
Because I came to March to Victory last year.
That's right. God,
So-
I was to say,
slept
like
since
we
then, too.
met him last year, Chris.
That's pretty
I know.
embarrassing, Chris.
Oof.
Hey, it happens.
Gonna go take his Metamucil.
Yeah. Well, what my stimulant of choice, Adderall.
What? Jesus, that escalated quickly. We're making jokes about you being young.
Anyway, yes, Jeff. A lot of that going on. Anyway, so talk a little bit about your experience from last year, and then talk about your experience a little this year.
So I had avoided the convention scene for a number of years because I don't do GW at all. I have one GW product. At least I've owned one GW product ever. It was the Lord of the Rings Fellowship of the Ring rulebook.
Mhm.
I got it at an estate sale for 25 cents because I wanted another set of rules to compare to rules I was already playing, read them, and realized they weren't for me. And so I'm not really a GW gamer, not really a Warlord gamer. I like independent rule sets, and so avoided a bunch of cons for that reason. Met you guys online, figured out about March to Victory, realized that Jay Wiley had something to do with it, and have loved his rules for years. Figured I'd show up. Was immediately met with smiling, friendly faces who used deodorant, which was nice.
Yeah.
Had a great time, played in some great games, made some good friends, and figured, hey, I want to run a game here next year. What can I do? And 54 millimeter Vietnam is probably my most unique thing that I do, so I figured I'd bring that. So
Well, I can tell you that I thoroughly enjoyed your game, even though I got my ass kicked.
I am amending those cards in the next week because I never want to see a ranged fighter with an RPG again.
Doug, didn't you get your ass kicked by Todd?
Yes. Yes.
Oh,
So
That's gotta
first,
I wasn't going to
game-
say it. I wasn't going to say it.
First game, well, second game that I played. First game I played was the Breaking Lances tournament, and I won. I took first place. Yay, go me. Second game I played humbled me back down. First turn out of the bat, Todd fires an RPG, rolling a D12, hitting the location, covering both of my characters that are in that location, killing one outright and wounding another. Second turn comes up, he gets bayoneted in the face. So I'm second turn in, I'm already down to only pulling 3 cards. almost to bookend it towards the end of the game, probably within a turn or two of the end of the game. He RPGs my second position with 2 guys in it, blowing them both up, just dead, just gone.
nice. Good shooting, Tex.
Yeah, thanks.
Perfect bookend for me. And then we did call in the AC-47 that was supposed to be blowing the hell out of things with its 4 miniguns, but just didn't do it real well.
Well, no, I mean, it was one of my guys. They would have been dead.
Oh, yeah.
In fact, they did die, actually. I lost all my guys but one. So it worked.
Yeah. Let's see, some old man sat by near my Star Wars table telling potential players the secret objectives and all the secret stuff of my game. I had to tell him in my own special Steve way to chase himself.
Oof.
I don't understand that philosophy of anyway.
Yeah.
Don't ruin the game for other players. That's just not cool.
Yeah. Telemachus says face hugger. Fair enough. Yes.
I was going to say, generally, I was pretty pleased by the whole vibe of most of the players. I did hear one kind of grumbler about a game, but otherwise I pretty much was all positive.
Yeah, all the games looked great. I have to admit that my island got a lot of compliments, and then comments about my ships are, man, those things are small. Well,
Yeah, I actually heard someone comment about that. They couldn't read the label.
Yeah.
I was
Well,
really gunning for best table, but then I forgot to bring a table. So
right. I was about to say you have to have a table. So speaking of that, let's go ahead and dive in and take a look at some pictures here.
Oh, did we ask Reese about what he thought about GMing? Did you say something, or did I?
Yeah. What
Were you happy you did it? Were you happy you GM'd, Reese?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Sorry, I forgot y'all were talking to me. Yeah, I was happy to do it. I originally signed up for one session, and that was Saturday night because I figured I could play enough games and watch enough GMs to figure out how to do it. And then emailing back and forth with Robin the week before, that got moved to Friday night. And then next thing you know, I'm running 2 sessions Saturday morning as well, which was amazing. And was happy to do it. I felt a little thrown in the deep end, but evidently I swam and didn't drown. So very much enjoyed it. Had a blast.
Will you do it again?
Had 4 great tables. Had some people that weren't quite the energetic gamers that Thomas Foss and Chris and Todd and Brent were, but they seemed to very much enjoy the game in their own quiet way. So much so that I think at least one of them went and bought the core rule set right after the game. So
That's cool.
I was happy about that. Happy to rep Wiley Games. Great rule set. Great convention. Great opportunity. So
Cool. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at some photos here, guys. We'll start right off the bat with.
Hey Chris, real quick. Obviously, my granddaughter has got home, and I'm going to go eat with the family.
Go.
see you guys. See you, buddy.
Go do it.
Yeah.
family
Bye,
first.
Take care, buddy.
Bye.
Talk to you later, man.
Bye.
All right. Steve says we do need more GMs. Yes, we do. We do need more GMs.
I'll be putting on more than just one game next year, Steve. You don't worry, buddy.
Please, fellas, when you refer to him, it's award-winning GM Reese Crawford.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Sorry, Mr. Crawford. Sorry.
I should just Reese to my friends. Don't worry about that.
Oh well. I
Yeah,
didn't.
so we still need to call you
Yeah.
GM
Yeah, exactly.
award-winning Reese
Winning
Crawford.
GM, yes. And Walkabout Games. Chris Long is hello all.
Hello.
Yeah, okay, that was cute. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. All right, so here is one of the huts that got RPG'd. If you look right above the fireball here, you can see this little two-sided area with the that's where my 2 guys got dead right off the bat. And then the RPG flambéed one of our huts there.
Now, I will say I cannot take credit for that fire marker. That was absconded.
No. Yeah. So Thomas Foss stole that from Jay Wiley's 15 millimeter 40K table, which I've got some photos of here also.
He had a lot of smoke on there. It was fine. He did.
Yeah. He didn't miss it at all.
That table had mood lighting. It was awesome.
Yeah, it did. So here's a better shot of just about the full table.
Yeah. It was cool.
This was
the full table
towards
that got played on for sure.
Yeah, this is towards the end. Not quite the complete end because I still had 2 guys alive over on this side here. But yeah, both hooches are on fire. Yeah, and this is some of the terrain that Reese purchased at the silent auction last year.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's where the jungle stuff's from, isn't it, Reese?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I have bukus of that literally laying around this room. So.
Now, this here is one of the static tables that got set up. And what you're seeing is The skeletons are Thomas Foss's not Victory of Death, but what is it of Death? Damn, I don't remember.
Theaters of Death or something.
Yeah,
Crap.
it's his skeleton line, and they just wanted to have a table, showing the fantasy setup that they've got, and it looked amazing.
Triumph of Death. Damn it.
Triumph
That's
of
what it
Death. That's it.
Very cool.
Ugh.
Dude, they're awesome. And Jiggy's fantasy terrain is pretty slick too.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Here's some of the 15 millimeter orcs that for the Rin's World battle. These 15 millimeter orcs were printed by Jay and painted by Ken Boone. Did an excellent job on them. And here's some of the Crimson Fist Space Marines, classic Rhino and Land Raider. I didn't get a chance to play in it, but they were using Galactic Heroes in Bigger Battles, and apparently went pretty well. Here we go. Here are the YT 1300s. If you notice the blue in here, that's the one that was raced by me the first time and Reese the second time. So our team definitely put points on the board.
Asteroid hugging dickhead.
I don't know what Chris named her, but my asteroid hugger did amazing.
Yeah.
But it didn't do as amazing as my asteroid rammer. I took second.
Oh, dang.
So,
Here we go.
there's Mr. Foss himself playing the first night.
And there's Todd's crotch.
Yeah.
Nothing better.
Just figured everybody needed to know.
Yeah, this was like right at the beginning because you can see. Well, no, this was like turn 3 or 4 because my guys are dead at this point.
That would be turn 2, Chris.
Yeah. Turn 2.
Oh,
No, it's okay. I can just see the turn die on top of that stack of cards.
Oh, okay. There you go.
So I'm not trying to roast anybody.
So there I am about to take second place with the Verminoptera, waiting for other ships to come in and get it.
Yeah, dude, your Super Verminopolis went way out there. Ours just stayed right in the funnel there.
Yeah.
So we couldn't get around it.
Yep.
Or Super Vermitron, however you pronounce it, whatever it's called.
So I spent just about the entire race at the back of the pack. It wasn't until like turn 8 or 9 that I actually started moving up in the peloton. So these here are laser cut or laser etched TIE Fighter tokens, for lack of a better term. They're made out of plexiglass. And the ships themselves are laser cut and laser etched plywood.
that's cool. Yeah, they were really cool looking.
And Thomas did 100% of that stuff himself. It's fantastic.
Yeah, everything here is done 100% by him.
He is really, really, really talented.
Yeah, the Verminoptera is made of that foam stuff.
Yeah,
Oh, that's cool.
Like foam paper,
Yep.
like about 1/8 of an inch thick.
Yep. That's cool.
So this is my brother's ship going in for first place. This one didn't make it. The red one didn't make it. It got at this on the turn that the Verminoptera moved. All right, here is a picture of my game. There's Savo Island with a turn template in the middle. A couple other turn templates. We got the Japanese doing all kinds of weird swoopy things there.
I played that session. It was a great session.
Yep. And this is the setup at the beginning of game before my first session. There's the Japanese line, the American Australian group, the other American group, and then here and here you can see the destroyer pickets. More back to Vietnam with the Vietnamese coming in and knocking down and killing some Green Berets there. More of my game. This was the first session.
So, Chris, would you change anything about your game, your scenario, or whatever?
Not necessarily change the game. Just I need to remember to make sure I've got certain things in the rules. Again, like I've said, is these have been running around in my brain for the last 30 plus years. So when somebody asks a question about them, I'll just immediately rattle off the answer, but remember that it's not actually written in the rules yet. So I kind of put it in my brain. I remember to put that, type that up, which I haven't done.
Gotcha.
More of the Crimson Fists. More of the race here. As you can see, I'm trolling back behind, being surrounded by the TIE fighters. Close up of my ships. There's Todd.
There I am.
So as you can see, this was the second session, the first real session of gaming Friday night. And we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tables going. 5 or 6 tables going. So more of the you can see here, I'm actually in fourth place at that point in time. But I came in second. Worked out well because, like I said, that one got destroyed. This ship here, the purple one, came in. No, that one also got destroyed. I think it was this orange one that came in third.
I'll be right back.
All right. Here are some of the Breaking Lances miniatures. This was actually the Black Knight that I had to fight after I won the tournament. I had to joust the Black Knight, and I didn't get completely obliterated, which was, pretty good. And the nice thing is I get to bring, next time I play in the tournament, I bring my character sheet with me, and I keep all of my bonuses and everything. And here's the setup. So we were actually able to get 6 players going all at the same time. More of the YT-1300 race. More of my ships. Again, more of my ships. Some fantasy, the fantasy table with the ogres or the orcs or whatever these guys are. There's Brian, Brad.
Those are
Biff.
bugbears.
Bugbears. Okay. Yeah, bugbears makes sense because they're all bees. This is Brian and Brad and Biff, and I don't remember the last one. But his name was also a bee. These just looked really, really good. I'll be honest. 15 millimeter is the way to go for playing in the 40K universe. I'm just saying.
Not only that, but Ken's really good at doing small scale miniatures. His War Master stuff is really nice too.
Oh yeah, they are. Yeah. Here is the some of the Triumph of Death miniatures. Just really, really cool.
Gorgeous figures. Everything Mr. Foss does is incredibly well done, and His
Yep.
miniatures are no different.
So I did get a trophy, a Silver Millennium Falcon, which I've got right straw. Do I have it handy here?
I won a bag of Wiley Games goodies for winning Reese's game. That was cool.
I didn't
So here it
win
is.
Shit. That's fair.
That's gorgeous.
Dude. Again, it blows my mind that Thomas designed and created all those things. He's ridiculously talented. Okay.
Now, so here
Go ahead. Sorry.
here we are is McMurray's game.
Oh yeah, there's USS Texas. Oh,
Yep.
what Reese was in charge of, weren't you, Reese? No, you
No, I
had
have
Olympia.
Olympia.
Yeah, you got the troll mission.
Yeah, my best friend Chris Copeland was captaining Texas.
Yep, he was leading the U.S. battle line.
I took the Olympia on a very fast trip to the bottom of the ocean.
Dog, you rapidly became the U.S. Navy's second submarine after the Holland, buddy. It worked very, very well.
Yeah, yeah.
You really
That's why
scared the living Christ out of a couple armored protecting cruisers, though. So
Matter of fact, I did so poorly. Chris took pity on me and gave me a whole fleet to practice naval tactics with. So
you got a couple of fleets then, and you got a shark.
he was
Yep.
very generous. So
Yeah, so I knew I was going to give away my ships that I played with this weekend. These right here. So you asked if I would do something different. I think for a convention game, I won't go with his historically colored on the ships. I would probably go with a lighter paint job for the Japanese.
Okay.
Just because even close up, it's hard to tell what you've got there.
Yeah, that was. Yeah,
So-
that's interesting. That was my I'd say my first mistake I made on my 6 mils Army guys.
Yeah.
I painted them a little too natural. It's like, okay, great.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I knew I was going to give away all of the ships that I had printed and painted up for the convention. I just didn't know who I was going to give them to or how I was going to decide who I was going to give them to. And I didn't say anything to anybody that played the games that I was going to do it. But in both sessions, the first session was there was 5 guys. They all had were all from the same gaming group from north of the river in Kansas City, which isn't a problem, but they were all guys that had been playing naval games for years and probably had all kinds of ships anyway. So I didn't want to give it to them because I didn't want it to feel like I don't want to say it would have been a waste on them, but I don't think they would have appreciated it as much. And then the second session, Reese was there playing, older guys that were had probably played naval combat multiple times previously as well. And again, probably wouldn't appreciate it as much as, Reese did. So that's why I decided, you know what? Reese did a good job. He did not get to really, because of where he was positioned and how the Japanese players decided to move the ships, he was really out of position. And so really didn't have a whole lot of combat with it. So I said, you know what? What the hell? Reese is a good kid. He
Aw.
gets all my ships.
Dang.
So there you go.
Reese, was that you that asked me about naval stuff
What specifically?
Saturday morning? I had somebody just, as I was walking by Saturday morning, I had somebody just grab me and go, "Hey, what the hell do I do here?"
Oh,
I don't
I
remember
think
who it was.
I
They asked
think
about-
that was me because I had the one destroyer around the
Yep.
north
Way
side
around
of the island, and then the rest of my fleet on the south side.
Yes, that was absolutely you. Yep. I'm happy to hear you did pretty decent.
Well, by pretty decent mean none of my ships got sank.
That's
Hey,
dude. You were playing Sabo Island. That's a pretty impressive, tab on your collar there, bud.
I had one whole point left on the blue, and then the rest of my fleet was going to go play mop up, but the Japanese ran. So
Well, you didn't contribute to Iron Bottom Sound, so feel good about that.
right. So, here's more of those of Thomas Foss's skeletons. There's a top-down shot of Texas.
Yeah, buddy.
beautiful.
More of my
I
ship.
wasn't lined up with the wake. That makes me angry, but that's okay. That's
Eh,
on me.
it was doing a side slip.
Yeah.
More
Dude,
of
the
Jay
Tokyo Drift
Wiley's
music.
fantasy stuff. He's got the Knigget with the Squire there. The Breaking Lances tournament bracket. It was a double elimination. And I did not get eliminated once. I won all of my jousts.
That's cool.
And
Well,
then
What was it like to kill the Black Knight?
I didn't,
Oh,
but I didn't. I also did not get completely obliterated.
that's good.
So, and then this is the Gladiator Arena of Blood, I believe is what he calls it. And I got to say, this is probably this is going to become one of my favorite games.
Now, is
I had a really good time.
that his new Gladiator rule set you were talking about? Or is
Yeah.
that-
So now that I've played it, it's not going to work with the ships really the way I want it to. I don't think.
Yeah, well,
But this will definitely be able to be used for multiple genres. So if you wanted to do Wasteland Warrior type stuff and do like Beyond the Thunderdome, Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome, you absolutely could do that with this. If you wanted to do just a plethora of different things. One thing I thought you could do is you get 3 regular gladiators, and then you get a Kirk, Spock, and McCoy with swords and whatnot, and then a couple of World War II Germans with MP40s off to the side, and you can redo that Star Trek episode.
I'm just excited for Brian to get a hold of this, given that he's our resident expert on Gladiator movies.
Right. Yeah.
Him and Todd. They know all about the
Yep.
Gladiator movies.
Yeah. So this was me right down here in the lower left. I don't want to say corner because there's really no corner in a round arena. And this is my nephew's character. He decided he was going to bring a troll or an orc or some damn thing. And I ganked him by turn 3. By that point in time, this character up here had moved down, and Thomas's character had moved over here and was fighting. I went in to try to get Thomas in the back. He turns around and eviscerated me. So, but it was a good time. It was fun. It was fast. There was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there's 13 players. We were done. 45 minutes, an hour?
McMurray was done in 4 minutes.
Well, yeah, McMurray was done in 4 minutes because the kid killed him outright.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Yeah, I was done pretty quick. I was the fourth one out.
That kid is good.
yeah, well, I mean,
he's a good kid.
yeah,
I got to play, I think, alongside him last year. He has a head for tactics. I will say that.
yeah. Well, see, that's one thing you should never do. Never play a kid in a convention game.
Here you go, Reese.
Oh,
You're asking about USS Arkansas.
yep, she's a beauty. The only reason my favorite state has a flag. So, if I remember, I can't remember if it's that USS Arkansas or the one after that. But there was a competition to design a state flag so that the ship could actually fly the state flag.
that's
because we didn't have one.
Beats me, but it's got two 12.5-inch guns on it, and those things are pretty slick. But anyhow, yep, there you go.
Percy says would totally be rocking a Trident and net there.
Yeah, that's what I think Thomas didn't grab a Rotarius, but I know Jay did. Your brother.
Yeah. Yep. So it was a lot of fun, man. Like I said, it could this is a type of game that you can set up and play. Like if you've got a club game night, excuse me, and you could set this up at the very beginning before everybody gets there, and as people come in the door, as you're waiting for everybody to get there, they could just jump in at any time. Here's your figure, here's your card, go after it, get in there, get some.
Now, is it still the Fistful of Lead system, or is it?
No, it's a different system. We did use cards for activation, but that was just because there was 13 of us.
Okay.
And it was simply kings through down to aces. Aces were treated as ones. They were not wild cards. They were just ones.
Okay.
But just briefly, it's probably one of the fastest. You will learn how to play the game in under a minute, and be going at it. I mean, this is a perfect convention game, in my opinion, because the pre-game briefing is literally 5 minutes of explaining the character card, because everything is on the character card. And I'm not going to go into detail about how the game is played or anything like that, because it has not yet been released. But it's fast, it's furious. Who made the arena? Jay Wiley, of course. It's fast, it's furious, it's bloody. If you just do mano a mano, you're gonna have a game done in 10 minutes.
So you're gonna have a game done in 10 minutes if you need to get everything out of the box and do that stuff.
Right. Exactly.
I was out of that game in 10 minutes with all those people playing.
So, like I said, with 13 players, we were done within, like I said, I think it was about 45 minutes. It was completed.
It was speedy, yeah. And that's with it being Sunday morning at a convention, so we're all drinking coffee, eating donuts, jaw jacking, doing whatever.
Yeah.
Coffee.
So
amazing.
Well,
amazing.
and here's a question, slightly off topic, but it just got
we
me
never
thinking.
do that here.
What's your opinion of an air war game at a convention, especially one with really small planes and not a lot of terrain?
Get it?
So
I didn't even have a table, Reese. I don't give a shit.
You ever had 1/700 scale ships that came up to my cousin's head?
Well, that's fair. But okay, well, look at it this way. Recruits last year, I put on an airships game that had
zero terrain.
Look at Chris's game. Chris had 6,000 scale ships, and his piece of terrain was an island.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the Victory at Sea was just all ships. I don't think there was an island on that.
Correct.
Yeah, and somehow that won best history game.
Because Bill's awesome.
Well, Bill is
I
awesome.
made a recount on that one, but
Bill is awesome. I'm not going to take it away from Bill.
It's because Bill's awesome.
The Lincoln contingent are a bunch of cool guys. They really are.
Like Bill could have put together a game where it was historical rock paper scissors, and he probably would have won because he's awesome. That's not.
Yeah. Well, and it doesn't hurt that Lance sold me. So we're going to get into goodies now.
did you buy Congo?
Yeah.
You bought what?
Or $10.
It was. I thought it was 30. Otherwise, I would.
It was. He didn't want to take it home.
Yeah, I bought a bunch of stuff from them. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got combined arms for $35 from them.
Yeah,
Oh, that's right. That's who you bought that from. I bought some stuff from him
it's
too.
got that new book smell.
He's where I got Sky Galleons of Mars and Galleons and whatever the smaller game is too last year. He had a copy
Oh, yeah.
of Broadsides and Buccaneers, but I couldn't do that. That was too much.
Yeah. So I picked that up, and then I also, my wife got this for me.
What is that? Your screen
War at
is
Sea.
absolutely tiny. I can't see a shit.
Well, let me see if there's any more pictures here. I think there are. More of that, more of that, more of that, just more of that. Oh, okay. There's a good shot of the TIE fighters. More shots of McMurray's ships, which are absolutely cool.
Gorgeous things.
Yeah, man, that's Emperor Carlos V. And Palaio, missing the 2 wing turrets because they were not included. There's Tejas. That is, oh, hold on. Jesus Christ. That, it looks like Olympia.
That is the Olympia.
Yep.
Because, yeah, that's the Olympia.
Yep.
That's my boot.
There I am figuring out how I'm going to joust that turn. And that was just kind of, I thought it was kind of a cool shot, seeing the ship with the sun bouncing off of the
glistening water.
Yeah, man. That's the head of the Spanish line.
So, all right. So enough of that noise. So I got a copy of War at Sea. Donna picked this up for me.
Yeah, that was up at their booth too, wasn't it?
No, well, this one was at
Or was that at
Sir
Dead
Hobbs.
Man's Miniatures or whatever?
no, it was at Sir Hobbs, which is
Oh,
run by
Dwayne.
Dwayne Fleck. Yeah,
Yeah.
Dwayne had him.
That's old school stuff right there.
I mean, we're talking old school, done up on a typewriter.
Yeah, baby.
Looks like it was potentially like mimeograph too.
Who
Oh,
wrote
yeah.
that?
What's that?
Who wrote that?
Good question. MOD Games, 1982.
Oh wow, 82.
Yeah, 19 Chilton Road, Sheffield, S64QX.
Awesome. I love that.
The index, or as
Yep.
we call it, table of contents.
I love it.
It's 1982, and these people have a table of contents. Modern rules writers can't even figure that out. Good job,
Right.
MOD Games.
While he's flipping through that, I'll
So-
show you what I got at that same. Well, not that one, but at that other company. Got myself some more Flames of War books.
Oh
Yeah, you got that from Bill or from Lance.
I don't play Flames of War, but I like them for the TO&Es and the art. I don't
Oh
know.
yeah, absolutely.
So these are I got first edition and second edition. That's what I tend to focus my buying on, and a little bit of third, but because some of them have scenarios, and it's just I don't know. There's something just cool about them. So
Todd, do you have the Dogs and Devils book?
I do.
So that my local library had that when I was in high school, and I would check it out religiously just for the TO&E.
Oh, that's funny. Awesome. It's a good library.
Excellent.
So I also picked up this Naval
Yeah, that's-
Rules for the period of 1890 to 1920.
I thought McMurray might go for that one.
That
Well-
was with the
Yeah, because this was part of the win. I did put a bid on silent auction.
So this is an auction thing, yeah.
This was part of it. The other part of it was 1/2400 scale pre-dreadnought Russo-Japanese War.
That's that's a good looking model.
Battle of Tsushima, bitches.
Okay,
Yeah,
calm
that's-
down.
That's why I didn't, Toddy, is because I went for those 1-6000 jobbies, and then I told Chris about those, and I need to spread that pre-dreadnought love, baby.
Yep.
There you go.
Yeah.
Good
Now,
job,
some of them were already painted. They are actually a different. I don't know who made these. Well, I don't know who made either of them, but they're definitely different brands, if you will.
Yeah.
Because these two are the same ship. I'm gonna embiggen myself here. Hold on.
Yeah, you kind of need to for those ships.
So they're the same ship, and as you can see, they're definitely a different make.
Yeah, the top one's more detailed. Looks like.
Yeah.
Pretty good size
So-
though. The same size.
Yeah. Basically.
Is that a ship that would have a sister ship you could use it for?
Oh yeah, there are.
Okay.
There are. The only drawback that I've run into, and it's already been addressed on how to fix the issue, is that my Fuji class battleship only has a single turret.
Oh, I help.
But
Yeah, America.
yeah, so what's going to happen is I'm going to 3D print a turret for it.
Oh, that's cool.
So here's a now that I've been bigging myself, here is a better shot of what the YT-1300s look like.
Now, I was going to ask earlier. I know you can bring your Knight back, but can you bring your YT freighter to race in the Kessel Run?
Well, I'm going to bring the silver. You see, I don't want to bring the silver trophy out to run for the simple fact that I don't want it to, I don't want to jinx it.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's great.
And it's the right period for the YT-1300 because it's got the round sensor dish, not the rectangular one.
Cool.
For those who know. So, but
Anything else?
as to what I got, no, that's what I came home with. Oh, and these rules came out in 1994, so 12 years
Oh wow.
after these came out.
Huh.
And I can tell that these were done on desktop publishing app.
Oh yeah.
They're not typewritered.
Yeah. Okay. That's cool.
So, will I ever play the rules? No. Will I use them to glean ideas on how to handle some things for my rules? Yes.
Yep. That's cool.
So, anyway, Meandering Mike says I need to get some minis primed for Saturday. Well, Warmutt's here. He says, who made the arena? Jay Wiley did. Need to build a stadium around that. Yeah, bust out Attorney. We did Final 64 action. Dude, 64 is a lot of people. Warmutt says, McMurray, get priming.
McMurray is
Oh boy.
Yeah, he's on his way to work, so we're losing him. Meandering Mike says, I need to get some minis primed for Saturday. Warmutt says, get to it. And Mike says, going to do some Shadows of Brimstone and some minis from Bad Squidoo Games. Outstanding. Well, obviously, I'm going to be working on these guys. And I've got quite a few of these guys printed and primed up.
That's cool.
Now, I will be working with these, putting the decals on, or
cool.
as the British say, decals. But they're not going to count because, well, they're already painted.
Oh, look at that.
So, because I've already got. Now I could count this one because it's only primed. However, this is the color it is. So I'm not going to count it. And as you can see, I've already got this one, painted. I just need to get the decals on it also. So, yeah.
Cool. I got a couple other things there too.
What'd you get?
Got a couple of books at the bookseller there. Brazen Chariots and A Bridge Too Far, which I've had and gotten rid of before. But Brazen Chariots is a new acquisition.
Cool.
And got this for I got this free from Wiley Game.
Yay!
And a coaster and a tape measure, and then I bought these. A marker,
Yeah.
shock, out of ammo, wounded, blah blah blah, and a combo pack. And then on the way to a game store, I got this. On the way from the place, I got that 15 mil.
Cool.
I think that's all I got at the convention. But I was thinking about a 15 mil Italian army, but someone snatched it up. So
That's okay. You didn't need it anyway.
yep, save money.
So. Now, as you can see, I did
Oh, I
have
yeah, I got a shirt
shirts
too.
made. I did get shirts made. Now, mine, of course, is. God, I cannot. Here we go. Mine's USS Texas. Let me bigger myself here. Mine's USS Texas. I got one. I made one for McMurray and for Todd. Theirs has got USS Missouri on it.
Well, good.
So
I had people ask me about the rules.
the cat's back with the granddaughter.
I had a grognard ask him. Noticed the shirt and he goes, "Oh, those are cool rules. What are those rules? Did you make them?" And I said, "Well, no, a friend of mine did. He's down there playing it." Then he started getting into whether or not you handled torpedoes right. And it's like I've only played it I've only really read the rules once, so I don't know. So, but as McMurray said, the fact that you're asking the question, no, he probably doesn't handle them right. You probably don't think he's handling them right. You know what I mean?
You know what?
If he's asking, does he handle torpedoes right? No, probably not.
Inevitably, that means that gentleman has one particular way that he thinks torpedoes exactly need to be handled, and probably not, buddy.
Yep.
Yeah.
That doesn't handle it right. Victory at Sea doesn't handle it right. Nothing handles it right.
As long as a torpedo goes in the water and occasionally goes boom, I'm okay with it.
Yeah. Well, and Reese will attest to this. I started off the game briefing with, "This is a game. It is not a simulation."
Yep, that's exactly what I would say.
So, if you're looking for a simulation, if you want reality, which you'll never obtain in a war game,
Go join the Navy.
well, A, go join the Navy, or B, play Harpoon.
Well, and even that.
Yeah.
I think that's why this convention has a pretty decent group of people, because right now many are based around Wiley games, which are fantasy, science fiction. You just get a little bit less of that crunchiness and
Exactly.
uptightness.
Yeah.
You might run into a little bit more the more historical games you get. So you just kind of have to keep that kind of fun, playful attitude going. Like, I felt like all the guys playing the McMurray's naval game, they were all very, very cool with everything that happened. I mean, it's like, hey, whatever,
Oh, yeah.
Seemed like I didn't hear any complaints.
Well, I mean, to be fair, you had, what, 7 players, McMurray?
8 for a second.
8?
Reese made 8, but Reese didn't last long, so yeah, 7.
7.5.
Well, that's generous, but yeah, 7.5.
7.25 maybe.
Okay, so of the 8, 3 of the players I know to be very much, I'm here to play a game and have fun.
I was about to
That's,
say, yeah, 3 or 4 of them absolutely 100% knew, hey, this isn't something you can take seriously. Sorry.
actually 4. You had Reese,
But-
Ian.
my buddy Chris Copeland, my buddy Joel, and my buddy Joel's son Ian, all of which are just there to have fun, play games.
Correct.
And Thomas.
Oh yeah, and Thomas. So
Thomas takes his pre-dreadnoughts pretty seriously. I was pretty delighted by that, to be honest with you.
well, but he was still there to have fun. He wasn't going to nitpick about garbage.
Accurate. That's because we started off the game with, guys, I didn't bring goofy hats you have to wear this year, but embody that spirit. Because I didn't, and that's my fault. I should have had goofy hats, but whatever. That's fine.
Yeah, we didn't even talk about that when we were doing the playtesting stuff.
See, you should have had the
The dinosaur
Navy.
hats, anyways.
well, not the dinosaur hats,
no.
the Navy,
the old-fashioned Navy.
the bicorn, whatever
Oh,
the
the
hell they're called.
bicorn. Jesus Christ. I was talking about just like white sailor hats. But yeah. I
Oh,
guess
Dixie cups? Yeah, that would have been good.
we could have tried to find bicorns too, but yeah.
No, but yeah, the little Navy hats or something. Huh. You could
Literally go to Old Navy and buy a couple of ball caps that say Old Navy.
Say Old Navy. Goodness.
Yeah, I'm
That
not
would be
doing that.
perfect.
No. That
Just
is
pull out-
nowhere near silly enough. I almost just still brought dinosaur hats for them to wear, but yeah.
I would have brought mine. It's hanging on the back of my door.
You could have brought a shark head, a little shark hat.
I was looking at shark hats, and they're actually not as
Not easy
like
to find.
shark hats, shark slippers, battleship slippers. They're a lot harder to find than you would think. Even
Yeah,
tank
yeah.
slippers are harder to find than you would think.
Hey, Reese, do you have your shark mini?
It is in my car, and I'm
Okay.
not going outside tonight.
Yeah, okay.
So
But yeah, Reese being the first guy to go fully submersible did get a shark bait miniature. So he's got a 28 millimeter shark, or 34 millimeter, or even if you're thinking about like Megalodon, like a 6 millimeter shark. So
I'm gonna run that against my Axis and Ally ships in an Ocean Thunder game. I got to figure out how to stat out the shark, but it's gonna happen.
do it, dude.
I have to get a naval map first, but I'm looking at getting one that's got islands printed on it and then putting hexes on it so I could do area and naval on it.
Oh, that's cool.
There you go.
There you go.
I see on here Hex is painting on will be painting also.
Yeah, he's going to be painting the fence in his backyard.
No, he's got minis. That guy's been painting again. And then Mormont's priming King's War. McMurray got the King's War stuff at Boston at the convention.
Yeah, he did. My brother and nephew are going to be doing. They're actually getting into the game Kings of War. So they will. They're going to be painting that Kings of War stuff as well.
That feedback's not on my end, is it? I want to make sure. I'm not-
No. It's McMurray and driving his Char B to work.
No worries.
Yep. No. All right. I'll see you guys later. It's about that time.
Yep.
All right, buddy. Hey, be
guys.
safe out there tonight.
Take chances.
Take care.
All right.
So,
Groovy.
Yeah, I am hurriedly assembling as many 54 millimeter guys as I can so I can paint for this.
Well, that's cool.
well,
What are
you've
you
got
building?
3 months, man.
Oh, I know, but I want to paint on the 24-hour challenge.
What are you
okay.
paint- What are you
So-
putting together?
So
big on
mostly U.S. Airborne.
Big.
Because the U.S. Airborne that I have currently is they're Itillaries from maybe the late 70s, and
Right.
the molds are showing their age. So I've got some Dragon molds and some mini art molds and some brand new Tamiya molds that came out 2 years ago, maybe.
Oh wow.
Okay, nice.
That
I
I'm
wish-
trying to.
I always feel like Italiaries look, even in like 20 mil, they look spindly or something. Really weird. I think they have a weird proportion to them.
Yeah, they
Well,
do okay, but the newer molds and my now slightly better painting skills than when I painted them, I want to get better airborne done because next year after I run a Pacific campaign for myself this year. Next year, I plan to take Axis and Allies D-Day and run it as a miniatures campaign.
Oh, cool.
And then I've got some British Airborne that I love. Had some great luck with that army, but my American Airborne needs to step up the game. So
Cool.
See, now a game that would be cool for you to run next year at March to Victory is Fistful of Lead, American Airborne versus Fallschirmjägers supporting artillery pieces.
okay,
Battle
Are
of
you-
Breakcore Manor.
right. I could see that. My Fallschirmjägers are painted up for Sicily and Italy,
And
and I don't want to rebase them.
that's fine.
So,
Well,
but
Sicily Italy game. We'll go for that too.
well, you know what I could do? I could just take that, transport it somewhere in southern Italy,
Yeah.
with the landings around. Actually, just do it Sicily. Just do straight up Sicily, and take the scenario and do it. I could do that.
Yeah.
I'm next year. I'm pretty set on Way City.
Yeah,
but
I can see that.
I'm also thinking about bringing the 1/600 Air Forces just to have a big free for all, just for a lot of fun. So
Finally, someone I can
rule
play
set-
with on the thing.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, we finally got somebody at your level.
Amen.
What
But
is
that's an insult to her, but yeah.
what rule set are you going to use for your 1/600 scale?
So I'm not even sure what the actual name of it is. I got on, I don't know if it's called Paper Generals or what it was. There's a site that is all paper toy soldiers for educational purposes. So
Yeah, I think it's Paper Generals. That sounds right.
Yeah, a
And they
lot
have
of
a bunch
teachers
of-
use it. I found the rule set on Paper Generals. It does not involve altitude. It's very simple. You can teach it in 5 to 10 minutes.
That's cool.
But then I was searching the web to find it again, and I found an Italian game club that took it and expanded it.
That's cool. Yeah, someone was playing a one-page set of rules there. Kiss Rommel or something like that. So-
Hello, I'm Scarlett.
Hi, Scarlett.
Hi, Scarlett.
Sorry, guys. She wanted to say her name.
Okay.
Oh no, you're
Well,
good.
Scarlett,
hey.
That one comes first, man.
all
Scarlett,
good.
beautiful name. I'm sorry, Reese. You that's the air game you want to put on?
Yeah, if I end up doing that, I figured it would be because I saw Jay's Gladiator game, and the hexes reminded me of that game.
Well, the
and
cool
I
thing-
figured it would be a fun one to just put on like on Friday night or something.
The cool thing about air and naval is that you don't have to worry so much about the terrain. I mean, so you can really, it's just one less thing to worry about.
Right.
So it's nice to, I like seeing a few of all those at the at conventions too, and the mats you can get for them are pretty cool for air because you can like just the ones without little clouds on them and
Right.
whatever. So it's kind of cool.
I've got barrage balloons that I'll put up on magnetic flight stands,
Now that's fun.
and I have run a game for friends where you're all on the same team, and I send in V1 buzz bombs, and you have to go either shoot them down or wing flip them.
I do like that in a convention game where people are all kind of fighting against the GM, or
Right,
the GM gets a couple of players just to kind of play the whatevers, and that way they can kind of work together. So there's not there's no animosity with that. They're kind of all kind of working together. So
Right, and
don't
that's
see it
another
very often.
that's another reason I want to bring Way City next year. Is it is not a we're going to struggle and figure out who wins. It's going to be a how do we clear this block A without getting killed and B without killing a civilian.
So you would be
Yes.
running the enemy.
I would run the enemy, but the enemy would be mostly I hate to say AI run, but like basically programmed.
Right.
Oh, okay.
So it's with the 5-core system. They have a really cool supplement called Sandbox. It's for infantry patrols in occupied territory is the subtitle of it, and it's made for the Middle East counterinsurgency, but it's counterinsurgency is counterinsurgency no matter where you are.
Right.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
So
I would like to see. I know. Brian was thinking about coming, and he's had some stuff go on, but I would love to see Brian put on a Zombicide game at this thing because he would do so good with it. He knows the rules,
yeah.
amazing. He's got so much painted stuff for it, and like you could use the painted terrain or use the boards.
I
would encourage that,
I'd
Brian,
play
if you
that.
could. People would play that in a heartbeat, and they were selling so that would be even cooler. They were selling Zombicide there.
Well, they were selling some Zombicide there this year. Matter of fact, I bought half an expansion pack, and I don't even play Zombicide.
Right.
Right.
So that's a cool thing. I mean, that's one cool thing about all the Wiley's rules that he's selling the rules right there. But or I should say Robin's selling them. But
Okay.
but
I'm a
Whatever you-
kitty fairy.
whenever you can buy the rules if you play
I'm a
them,
kitty fairy.
that's even better.
For sure.
She wanted to tell you guys she's a kitty fairy.
Oh, I thought she was the Tooth Fairy.
That's what I thought she was going for. She's waiting for the Tooth Fairy. I think
No,
you
no,
were
no.
down for that.
She's a kitty fairy. I don't know what that means.
Well, cool. We always need one of those. Oh,
Okay,
custom-
I'm going to log off for good, guys, because
All right.
I need to put her to sleep tonight.
yeah,
All
good
right.
luck with that.
Right. Yeah.
Start reading the
Anyway.
book.
Good night, Scarlett.
No, we
Bye.
read,
Just
and then we
Scarlett.
brush our teeth, and then we go to bed.
Thanks for making this a better show.
And I said a kitty fairy.
All right, guys, Kid Fairy. See ya.
Take care, buddy.
But
Sweetheart.
Looks like he was wrestling there. Anyway, I feel like there's something else I was gonna say. Yeah, so McMurray, since he's off here, he got picked up some just random like some ship models, some Vanguard, King's War Vanguard, I think, just to do fantasy stuff with. I feel like he got a set of rule. Maybe he didn't get a set. No, he just got a bunch of little random mini stuff. So
I got a couple of really good Osprey books. I got
oh yeah.
a book on Allison engine Mustangs, which are a personal favorite of mine. Namely the Air Commando Squadron in Burma. I got a book on the P-47 squadrons of the 12th Air Force, so that's the tactical squadrons over Italy.
Nice.
Which I'm Italian front's kind of my thing. And then I got a book on the Los Baños raid in 45, which is I guess a prison camp raid in the Philippines that the U.S. pulled off remarkably well. So I'm excited to see how that one goes. And then I got combined arms for some.
Bolt action.
Well, I don't play bolt action, but just for some campaign ideas. So
Right. But it's the bolt action one.
it's bolt action, Blood Red Skies, Cruel Seas, and is Victory at Sea a Warlord product?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
It
So
is
it's
now.
It's all four of those.
I didn't know that. I didn't know they include Victory at Sea. So I guess it makes sense that they do that. Well, that's pretty cool. Yeah, they had some. I love the old Osprey. I mean, that's where I got the other books. I looked at some of the Osprey, but nothing really stood out to me. But yeah, he had some cool. He had a lot of them. He had a whole bunch of Napoleonic ones and Civil War, if you're into those. Which he also was selling some. So he buys estates and stuff. And someone had some really cool looking Napoleonics, right? And those are always a bear to paint, but there were some really cool ones. $2 a mini, which isn't bad.
Wow.
15 mil painted.
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
How
If you
many
want-
points for a mammoth? It depends on the size of the mammoth, Mike.
What are we talking about? Mammoth.
I mean, if it's a mammoth like this, it's going to be a point. If it's a mammoth like this, it's probably going to be 15, 20 points.
So I got another question for you, Chris.
Yeah.
If I was to paint something the size of, let's say this assault gun,
Oh my gosh.
how many points would that be?
That's probably going to be 15, 20 points.
Okay, cool. Because I've got several tanks and things that need to be.
That looks good, dude. Man,
I bought this on eBay. This was not my paint job.
is that 20 mil? Oh wait, is that 54?
Yep.
Okay, I was like, dang, that's huge.
But
Man, that's the one thing I like about those larger scales, man. Like that tank look awesome. You just don't get that
So-
detail in 15.
this will make Chris happy.
Nice.
Yeah, that's cool.
So still working on the start crew for it. But
Wolverine.
this has seen some action.
So I guess, have you done tank battles? I guess that would be my only wonder about tanks at that size. I mean, you wouldn't want to play at a table our size, right? That we had.
No, I've played 1 or 2 tank battles on a garage floor, and that went amazing. And then I have played, usually if my games involve tanks, there's either 1 or 2 tanks.
Yeah.
And it's urban combat, and oh crap, we just wound up in close quarters, and there's a ton of infantry swarming around. It's not a gunning across France. It's in the streets of Caen, and a Churchill just around the corner, and there's a Panther.
Okay.
That kind of thing.
Yep, makes sense. Well, I mean, it also helps you so you don't have to create so many tanks.
Right. Now I've got a slew of tanks, and I've got a bunch to build. So.
Wow.
Hey, Warmut.
Hey, man. Reese's Pieces is on here. Cool. Oh, I was going to
How did I send you the comment or the link last time?
Ooh.
You emailed it to me.
No, he's talking about, I think, Mike, right?
Yeah, the Andrew and Mike.
Sorry.
While you're trying to figure that out, I based all these guys tonight. That's what I did.
What are those? Are those 15?
15 mil French.
FOWs or whatever, or just whatever?
These are Battlefield. Oh gosh. Battlefield. Oh my gosh, they're a 15 mil line.
Well, here's my announcement, guys.
Okay, yeah, announcement. Here we go.
I'm gonna drop in a miniature market. I'm gonna rewards thing into the prizes.
What? Get out of town.
Yeah, I'll drop that in. Gift certificate.
Wow, look at you. What a sweetie pie.
For $1 million. No, but yeah, I'm gonna do a gift certificate for the
Cool.
Yeah.
What a nice man.
I'm actually having white chicken chili here. So my wife's letting me have my dinner here.
Ooh, I like white chicken chili.
That sounds good.
Yeah. So I'm all jazzed, man. I just finished. Right now, I got Kings of War all being dried out right now because it's 75 here in Arizona because we're about ready to melt. So
Perfect priming weather.
Yep.
Am I primed?
And now, oh man, now I'm gonna focus on the Flames of War here to hit the beach. I'm gonna prime those, and then I'm gonna focus on all the Zombicide steps.
Hey, look, Money Warmut. I'm channeling my inner Warmut because I'm starting to do some trash train with the BattleTech stuff.
Hey, yeah, get closer on that. You're doing that with
Yeah, hold on. Let me move
trash train's the best way to go, man.
Well, especially with like BattleTech stuff.
So, yeah, thanks about that table setup. I was a little nervous on that last game we played where Chris couldn't even get through the gate. So. You're going to use that box?
No, the box is for painting.
Okay.
I'm talking about this thing here.
Yeah, dude. There's a freaking, what do you call it, exhaust or silo thing?
Yeah, nuclear plant or
generator or whatever. So
that's
what's awesome with Trash Train, man. Oh, you're doing it with your mechs. I almost bought the starter there, and I was like,
This came in the Alpha Strike starter set.
Yeah.
They have 13 of these buildings.
oh wow, it's just another rabbit hole, man.
Yep,
So
it is. But the cool thing is you can use them all the minis for.
Yeah, that's the thing is I buy all these starter sets and stuff, but I would like to learn the rules of different games, but then I keep going back to Fistful of Lead.
Yep.
Well, because it makes sense. I mean, it's a good game.
When you find the best, it's hard to change it up.
So you can use those for all those Flames of War bases you're painting up.
But you want to be, a jack of all trades, master of none,
Well, I would say you're a master of Zombicide because I don't know of anybody else that plays as much as you do.
I didn't even think about that, Todd. If I wouldn't even know if people would be interested in that if I did a Zombicide thing over there.
Oh, they would. 100%.
Because I got enough tiles there with extra tiles, I could bust out a 4x6 map. Have about like 10 players.
People would like Zombicide. This is a Zombicide crowd.
Yeah.
I think.
Really?
Ladies and gentlemen, I
It's
introduce
Mr. Meander.
Meandering Mike.
Can you hear me? Can you see me?
Yeah,
Yes,
we're looking at
all
this.
right.
Looks like you're-
So something really weird happened. This happened when I was on the live stream with Nanguea, Christopher Prest, and my camera stopped working. And I just figured out that somehow StreamYard was no longer trying to find my Logitech camera. It was trying to use my
oh,
OBS Studio to find camera for some reason. So I was just able to fix that and change it back. So now you can actually see me.
your Logi capture, huh?
Yeah.
Yep.
So this is the mammoth,
Oh yeah.
and this is a normal guy.
Yeah, so he's gonna be worth he'll be worth about 5 points.
5
10
points. Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds cool. But
It
these are
depends
little
on how
guys.
fancy you go on him.
Well, he doesn't have like a war harness or anything like that, so I can't be too detailed on it. You know, some dry
Just
brushing
fancy
and
stuff,
some
man.
various
Just-
inks and stuff.
Just tabletop quality. Get it up there on the table, man. Boom.
It's all about making it less monochromatic.
These
Yeah,
are
it's a-
Shadow of Brimstone dudes.
Looks like a shadow. Looks like a displacer beast.
Well, it's a forked tail instead of
Okay.
like his tentacles in the front. It's his tails. These are
That would be another game I'd be interested in too.
scourge rats.
Oh, okay.
So what about like the terrain? Like this has a rat's nest with it. So that would be like probably about the size of a. It's a 2-piecer. So I don't know.
That'd probably be
2 or
about
3
that
points.
five.
It's maybe not as big as a cavalry, but it's certainly
Yeah, probably. He'd probably be about 3 points.
all right. So I'm gonna do me some scourge.
I mean,
rat.
if it's I mean, if you're not, if you're not being stupid
this
about it, I'll accept just about anything that you want to throw at me.
All right.
You know,
So
point
should
blank.
we get all that like stuff posted up before Saturday, like what we're committing to, and
Yeah, just kind of give an idea. Hey, this is what I'm thinking about painting over the next 3 months, or this is what I'm going to do for the next month, or just you don't have to go as fancy as weird.
That was a good video though. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was. Yeah, I've received 2 or 3 more subscriptions because of it. Probably. Well, I can't say it's because of it because there's no direct link. But after he posted it, I got another 2 or 3 subscribers. So yeah, you don't have to do a video. You can just take just kind of take a picture and put it up into the Facebook group or onto
yeah,
the
that'd be easiest.
Discord.
I think McMurray
Well,
and I might be doing update videos or something.
Yeah. So, but yeah. Overall, we had a really, really good weekend. Would love to see some of you guys out there. Oh, yeah, there's Reese's trophy.
Yeah, I'd say it was a pretty good weekend. So
There's Reese's trophy.
Nice.
Woo. Oh, cool.
That's what you get when you're a best GM.
allegedly, it's yet to be
Definitely.
proven.
Hey,
I definitely
won.
prefer minis I don't have to assemble.
you won.
Real quick,
That's why I like 3D printing.
one 600 aircraft, half a point.
Yeah, what about
Wow, that's tiny.
them? So are you gonna put decals and shit on them?
Some of them yes, some of them no. As a general rule, no.
As a general rule, no. So I would say for like every 3, you're gonna get a point.
Sounds good.
Because to be fair, it takes almost nothing to paint them.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I was asking about half a point or third of a point or whatnot.
Yeah.
Kind of hard to put weathering details on something that small.
That's okay. I'll make up for it with my 54s.
There's some crazy people that would though, and they'd look amazing.
Oh yeah, yeah. If you look at some of the, pictures on Pico Armor, they're pretty amazing. They're crazy talk. So I've got quite a few 1/600 scale miniatures that I will be working on during this time frame. Unfortunately, I don't. Well, unless I get some for my birthday, some M1s. And some T-72s for my Cold War project. I won't be doing any of those, but I do have lots of Israelis and Egyptians to paint up. And to be honest, they're dead easy. I spray them the base color, and then either do a Nuln oil. Or not a Nuln oil, a sepia wash on them, or the green. There's a green wash on them, and boom, done. And then I use the Mediterranean ready base to cover them.
This guy doesn't actually have a base. Do I still need to base him? He's going to be able to stand on his own.
That's fine. That's fine. The reason why Warmet was asking about the base size is to kind of go off of what I had stated, 40 millimeter, etc.
Hey Todd, with this Flames of War stuff, are you supposed to glue them on the bases or just place them on the base on this stuff?
Glue them on.
Oh, so they are supposed to, okay.
Or you could be crazy and magnetized, but I'd glue.
No, I don't care. No.
Yeah, most people glue them on. They're permanent.
Yeah, I've seen people magnetize them, and then when they take the miniature off, they've got a little round cap of the terrain to put in place of the miniature.
That's insane.
Yeah, it is, but I mean that's all these people do though. They don't. They're not like McMurray and me and Warmutt, where we go, oh, squirrel.
Yeah.
I just want to say
you're not removing figures in the game, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, so you have to record it with dice?
No, you just the cool thing I like about Flames of War is their stands are at full capacity. I don't know what the term is. It's not shaken. It's whatever.
Pinned.
But what?
Pinned.
So you're either good, pinned, or dead.
Yep.
Which is nice. I do like that about the game. So there's no tracking. Like all the games I play, you have to track. So.
I hope YouTube doesn't think all these little plastic bags are drugs.
Yeah.
Well, they kind of are.
Yeah, just the plastic, more addicting kind.
Yeah, introduce your children to wargaming, and they won't have enough money for drugs.
I remember the first time I tried to explain to my dad what my hobby was, and he just kind of stood there and scratched his head for 5 minutes and said, "So it's sort of like baseball cards when I was growing up." I was like,
"Sure,
close enough."
Yeah, we'll go with that.
My brother wants to know magnets. How do they work? It's all smoke and mirrors. It's all ball bearings these days.
Yep.
So, but like I said, I think we had a good show. I played in Kanji City. I did not take any pictures of Kanji City, which I'm very.
And you didn't play. No pictures, no play.
Oh no, I played because I got dead fast again. Well, I get that's what I get for doing an overtly aggressive act in front of cop bots, and then being stupid enough to go up against a guy who is a D12 in close combat.
Really quick, that gladiator stuff. Now he made that octagon thing, or whatever, right?
Yeah.
I don't know where he got that from.
Pretty cool.
He designed it on his computer
Oh, I don't. I'm not that savvy.
because he kind of does that for a
Yeah.
living.
I know. Well, I'm not that savvy. Guess I could go get like an octagon map or whatever, and then cut a circle out of it.
Yeah.
Do that, and then build a stadium around it. Yeah. And
Yeah,
then
and you were asking, could it be used for like other
Tournament.
genres? Well, tournament, yeah.
for
but-
Galactic Heroes, Wasteland Wars, it could be used Thunderdome.
oh yeah, absolutely,
Build
absolutely.
Build little traps in there.
Yeah, two man enter, one man leaves.
Yeah, I need to get you guys in a dungeon crawl, man.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I can get that. I already got, and it'll be 15 mil.
Hexy says you got one page of KP2 left to read, and then it's playtime. What's KP2?
Coruscant Pocket 2.
Oh, okay.
It's a new, well, not a new game, but it was just re-released.
Oh, okay.
A huge.
I'm thinking
$100
KP.
game.
I'm
Huge
Yeah.
monster game.
chucking potatoes into the big sandpaper tumbler.
There you go, Reese. That's a good one.
Hexy, I have not forgotten you. I will get to it this year. So
Oh, so what is that, baloney?
Bestone.
Stone, yeah.
Oh, the Hex and Counter stuff? Yeah, whatever. Next.
well, Hexy and I made a bet that if I played that, he'd play a miniature game. So
Yeah.
So.
I'll never
Oh, guys,
touch
we've been going for 2 hours. Remember this coming Saturday, noon o'clock Central Daylight Time. I'm gonna go live. And I'm gonna stay on. I'm gonna stay on for 24 hours.
You're going to do it, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna do it.
StreamYard's going to allow it?
I'll probably break it up into. I think I have to break it up into 4 6-hour segments.
Okay. Yeah, have a bio break there.
I will help keep you awake Saturday night if you'd like. So
Sure. Yeah. And Mike, if you want to join, you're more than welcome to
I
hop
will.
on.
Pop in at irregular intervals. I definitely cannot stay up for 24 hours.
No, I'm not asking you to, but if you want to, just drop me a message. Say hey. There you go.
Slug. Is that
Let's
about
go.
2 or 3 points?
Yeah, that'd probably be about a 3-pointer. Yeah, that's about a 54 millimeter figure.
It's about a
He's
cavalry
going to
slug.
paint.
All right.
yeah, I'd say that compares.
Cool. All right.
Jeffy's
Now,
painting.
now your cavalry, Reese, is going to be a little more than.
Oh no, I'm not painting any cavalry. I had a bad taste painting horses 3 years ago. I'm still trying to get over. So,
Yeah.
and this is coming from the guy who loves to ride. So,
Hey,
Mm. Well, I'm gonna bust out a video probably Friday night with my announcement or whatever. So,
Hexy is going to be painting some faux.
uh-huh.
Outstanding, sir.
Oh.
What's he going to paint?
Some Flames of War.
Cool.
Probably some tanks. Probably some German tanks.
I was teasing saying he was going to be painting his backyard fence.
Yeah, I saw that. Jeffy says, I was a cavalry scout and I'm scared of horses. Well, your horse was big metal and on tracks. So I can understand why you'd be scared of the big hairy things.
I'm gonna have to paint some ACW if Hex he's gonna be in this.
So, yeah, I'm gonna make 4 6-hour segments, starting at noon to 6. then I'll probably take like a 30-minute break to grab something to eat, grab something to drink, and then start back up. Go another 6 hours, 30-minute break, 6 hours, etc. They'll be all set up ahead of time. But what I'll do is towards the end of each one, I'll just have the new Facebook link added in the chat over here, so y'all can just click on it and be ready to go. So, yeah, I do have. I hopefully have got some other guests. Not that you guys as guests aren't great, but I'm hoping to be able to get a hold of James Wapple to do some painting with us. I'm hoping to get Forrest Harris to come on with us for a little bit. Brian, Jeffy says he got some magnetic bases today.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, you got the wood with the kind of sticky magnetic or steel bottoms from Litco.
Nice.
Heck, see, you said something about cavalry scouts. I'm gonna have to name this guy after you.
Yeah.
Let's see him here. Hold on. Put him back up. There you go.
Jeffy, you'll have to cut his sleeves off his shirt.
Oh, I can do that. Put a couple of arrow wounds or bullet wounds in him. And I know he's in blue, but I will be painting him in gray. So
do it in blue. Make him full Union, bro.
I've got a couple different ones of that sculpt, so I'll have a couple in blue and a couple in gray.
His call sign was ferret. Nice. What's that?
These guys' fangs are sharp. It bit me.
Well, that's how that works, Mike.
Don't get rabies.
Or
resin rabies.
Don't get space herpes.
Space herpes.
Anybody remember what that's from?
Ice Pirate.
Yes.
Slugs of Jargono.
Or maybe I'll just give this one Jeffy's name. He's already old.
There you go. Hey-o. Rude.
Nice. All right, guys. Well, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up for the night. Like I said, Sunday. Be there. Actually, it's Saturday. But, we're going to start at noon. I'll have the links in all the regular places. Come join us. Stay as long as you want. If you're brave enough to go 24 hours with me, great stuff. If not, you know what? If it's just like 3 or 4 of us here at like 4 a.m. and nobody's watching us, you know what? That's okay.
Like those late night radio announcers, talking to themselves, waxing poetic.
Yep. That's gonna be me. I'll just be talking about random shit.
I don't know why when you said that, I thought of Dr. Demento.
Exactly.
Oh,
There
yeah.
you go.
So, alrighty, guys. Well, y'all have a great rest of the week. We got 2 days left for those of us that work a regular work week, and then we'll see you Saturday. Literally, for me, afternoon. What's up, Mike?
Made me bleed.
Shimony.
File workers' comp.
Rabies.
Call. Heck says 24 minutes. Fair enough.
Telemachus.
All right. Telemachus says he'll be here for most of it. Outstanding, sir. We'll love to have you. So, all right, guys. Well, until next time, which is going to be this Saturday. Excuse me. We will see you on the flip side.